Hi, everyone. For years, Rick Harrison stood behind that counter like nothing could shake him. The deals kept coming, the cameras kept rolling, and Pawn Stars felt untouchable. But lately, something feels different. The shop is quieter, the laughter feels forced, and the man who built an empire now looks like he's carrying the weight of everything he's lost. Whispers say Rick Harrison is selling the shop, not because he wants to, but because he has to. Behind closed doors, tragedy, lawsuits, and broken family ties have been piling up, one after another. The show is gone, his son is gone, his parents are gone. So the question isn't just why he's selling, it's whether this is the end of Pawn Stars and the final chapter of Rick Harrison's legacy. Rick Harrison was born on March 27, 1965, in Lexington, North Carolina, into a family already marked by discipline and loss. His father, Richard Benjamin Harrison Jr., carried himself with the hard edge of a Navy man. Rules were rules, strength mattered. His mother, Joanne Rue Harrison, tried to soften that world, holding the family together with patience and care. Rick also had an older sister, Sherry, whose death at just 6 years old left a silence that never healed. There were no words big enough to explain that kind of loss to a child. The house felt different after she was gone, quieter, heavier. Long before Rick Harrison understood what grief was, it had already settled into his family like an unspoken presence, shaping everything that came after. When Rick was only 2 years old, the Navy relocated the family to San Diego. It was the first of many moves that would define his childhood. New cities arrived before the last one ever felt like home. New classrooms replaced familiar faces, friendships were temporary, and goodbyes became routine. Stability never had time to root. Just when Rick began to feel comfortable, everything changed again. Then, at 8 years old, his body betrayed him. The seizures came without warning. Once a month, sometimes more, Rick's muscles would seize, his body would collapse, and control vanished. When the episode ended, the pain lingered, deep, burning, and exhausting. He spent days trapped in bed, staring at walls, listening to the sounds of other children playing outside. His world grew smaller with each episode. Confidence slipped away. Fear became something he carried quietly every single day. But inside that isolation, something unexpected happened. Rick found books. At first, they were simply a way to pass the time. Then they became a refuge. Reading filled the silence, calmed his mind, and gave him control when his own body refused to obey. One series changed everything: The Great Brain. Rick read all 10 books obsessively, returning to them again and again. He was drawn to Tom Fitzgerald, a boy who didn't rely on strength or luck, but on intelligence and creativity. Rick didn't just read those stories, he absorbed them. They taught him that even when the world limits you, your mind doesn't have to follow, that setbacks can be turned into advantages, and that even a kid with limited power could outthink the world. In a childhood ruled by illness, those lessons became his foundation. But adolescence brought new struggles. By 14, Rick was smoking marijuana, searching for escape. His parents sent him to rehab, forcing him to confront consequences early in life. At the same time, his seizures caused him to miss so much school that catching up felt impossible. By 9th or 10th grade, Rick walked away entirely, not because he gave up, but because life had already demanded a different route. By the early 1980s, Rick was living in Las Vegas, hustling at swap meets. He spotted an opportunity others missed and became the first teenager in town selling fake Gucci bags. He bought them for $10 in New York's Chinatown and sold them for $100. Some weekends he made over $2,000. When competition crushed that market, Rick didn't complain, he adapted. He drove to the Los Angeles garment district, found fake Jordache jeans, bought them cheap, and flipped them fast. The profits returned. The lesson stuck for life: never stay married to one plan. Then adulthood hit with full force. At 17, his girlfriend, Kim Harrison, became pregnant. After heartbreak, their son, Corey Harrison, was born on April 27, 1983, just days after Rick turned 18. Rick married Kim, determined to be responsible. 2 years later, their second son, Adam Harrison, was born.
Then, in April 1989, the number finally hit. Rick didn't celebrate, he moved. He rushed straight to City Hall and secured the license before anyone else could react. That same month, the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop opened its doors at 713 Las Vegas Boulevard. From that moment forward, survival turned into opportunity, and everything changed. By the mid-1990s, the shop became a local landmark. By 2005, it was loaning out $3 million a year, generating nearly $700,000 annually in interest. Rick worked tirelessly to change the public image of pawn shops, not desperate back alleys, but legitimate businesses built on trust and knowledge. Then, television came knocking. After a brief appearance on Insomniac with Dave Attell, Rick spent years pitching a show idea. He wanted history, family, and real business. The original title was Pawning History, until Left Field Pictures suggested something sharper: Pawn Stars. On July 19, 2009, the show premiered and exploded. By 2011, episodes were pulling 7 million viewers, becoming the most watched broadcast in History Channel history. The show aired in 150 countries, translated into 38 languages, and transformed a family pawn shop into a global destination. Daily foot traffic jumped from under 100 customers to more than 5,000 a day. The cast became iconic: Rick, the old man, Corey, and Chumlee. 3 generations, real arguments, real laughter, real history. But fame brought fractures. Rick made massive deals on camera: $250,000 for original Where the Wild Things Are artwork, $111,000 for rare silver collections, vintage cars, legendary guitars. Yet trouble followed. In 2016, Chumlee was raided by police: guns, drugs, felony charges. The History Channel stayed silent. The show continued. Then tragedy struck again. Richard, the old man Harrison, died on June 25, 2018, after battling Parkinson's disease. Rick lost his father, mentor, and anchor. Viewers could see the grief etched into him. Family tension deepened when Richard's will excluded his youngest son, Christopher Harrison, raising questions that never found answers. Then came the lawsuit. In 2022, Joanne Harrison sued Rick, accusing him of tricking her into signing away her 51% stake while hospitalized years earlier. Allegations of missing assets and secret loans tore the family further apart, and then came the loss that shattered everything. On January 19, 2024, Adam Harrison was found dead at 39 years old. The cause: fentanyl and methamphetamine toxicity. Rick had tried everything: rehab, support, endless second chances. Nothing stopped addiction. Rick later said there was nothing worse than losing a child. In February 2025, Pawn Stars went on indefinite hiatus after 23 seasons. No renewal, no farewell. Then Corey Harrison walked away, moving to Tulum, Mexico, saying the show was never fully real. By 2025, Rick Harrison stood nearly alone: a net worth of $8 to $9 million, a global legacy, and unbearable grief. Still, he refuses to stop. Rick is now chasing Pawn Stars 2.0, not just to rebuild a brand, but to rebuild himself. because Rick Harrison's story was never about objects, it was about endurance. And sometimes the hardest deals aren't made behind a counter, they're made with life itself.